August 15, target for launching covaxin. India's COVID-19 vaccine is being described as a fast-track effort. This is because the development of a vaccine is usually a long, uncertain process. It is also expensive, with the funding playing an important role. There is no fixed period, but the process can typically run into decades and still yield no result. For instance, after 3 decades of research, the vaccine for HIV is still in phase 3 of the clinical trials. One of the fastest developed vaccines is the one used for mumps, which received approval in 4 years after trials began in 1963. The great hope in the control of infectious disease is always a vaccine. A vaccine could be a weakened biological or synthetic agent administered to humans that will protect them from contracting infectious disease by supplying specific antibodies to neutralize the disease-causing pathogen while not making a person actually sick from it. They have played an important role in the reduction of communicable diseases from the second half of the 20th century. So in this video, we will explain you guys what are the stages of a vaccine production, what is the current status of COVID-19 vaccine in the world, and does the covaxin will give freedom from this COVID-19. Watch the video till the end to know why the covaxin will take 6 to 8 months for production. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe and press the notification button. We upload all kinds of fun and educational videos every week. If you guys like the video, then give us a thumbs up, which will increase our motivation to upload this kind of videos. Researchers around the world are developing more than 145 vaccines against the coronavirus, and 21 vaccines are in the human trials. Vaccine typically requires years of research and testing before reaching the clinic, but the scientists are racing to produce a safe and efficient vaccine by next year. Before going to COVID-19 vaccine, first we should have a brief understanding what are the stages in a vaccine production. Development of a vaccines. First, we will look the general stages of the development cycle of a vaccine. Exploratory stage, preclinical stage, clinical development, regulatory review and approval, manufacturing stage, quality control. Exploratory stage. This research-intensive phase of the vaccine development process is designed to identify natural or synthetic antigen that might help prevent or treat a disease. Antigen might include a weakened strain of a particular virus. This typically takes 2 to 4 years. For COVID-19, this stage has been progressing fast for 2 reasons. First, a large number of candidates are based on the virus genetic code instead of its protein, and Chinese researchers globally shared the genetic sequence in January itself. The second reason is technology. For instance, Moderna is using mRNA technology, which involves injecting genetic instructions to human cells for creating a protein to fight the virus. However, it is still unproven technology. Preclinical stage. This is when the scientists test the vaccine on cell culture and animals. They first inactivate the virus, pull out the parts of the genetic sequence, and test if it triggers an immune response. More critically, they check if the vaccine candidate continues to harm the cell. If there is no immune response and if the candidates harm the animals, the researchers return to stage 1. This stage can take 2 to 3 years. For COVID-19, this stage is being shortened by performing various substages simultaneously. However, most vaccine candidates are still in the preclinical stage. Clinical development. On the basis of data submitted from the preclinical phase, regulators allow testing in humans. Very few candidates enter this stage. This phase consists of 3 phases and usually take more than 90 months. Phase 1. The vaccine is given to a small group of people. This takes about 3 months, and scientists measure the antibodies in their blood. Phase 2. If found safe, it moves to the next phase, 6 to 8 months. The vaccine is given to several hundred people. three aspects are assessed: rectogenicity, ability to produce common adverse reaction; immunogenicity, ability to provoke an immune response; and safety. There is also control to compare how the vaccine works in different variables. This stage has been shortened in COVID-19 vaccine development. Moderna took 63 days to reach clinical trials. The Oxford Vaccine Group researchers, which began phase 1 trial of the astrazeneca's vaccine in April, have now entered the phase 3. Phase 3. Thousands of people are enrolled. This takes 6 to 8 months. This assesses how the vaccine works in larger populations. Regulatory review and approval. The manufacturer submits the data to receive a license. In the US, approval typically comes after 10 months. However, this is fast-tracked during emergencies. The regulators allows a rolling review. The vaccine candidates submit sections of application for review as and when they are completed. Manufacturing. Major drug manufacturers produce the infrastructure, personnel, and equipment necessary to create a mass quantity of vaccines. This typically immense resource, funds running into the millions of dollars, infrastructures, raw materials, and scientific expertise. They also reap the profits of successful or widely distributed drugs. Quality control. The safety of a vaccine is monitored by both the regulator and the manufacturer. Top COVID-19 vaccine candidates. University of Oxford are developing AstraZeneca, which is in phase 3 trials. It may reach market by the end of 2020. Moderna, NIAID, to begin phase 3 trial later this month. Hope to have it ready by 2021. BioNTech, Pfizer, in phase 1 and 2. Phase 3 is expected in this month. Hope to file for approval by October. Wuhan Institute of Biological Products, China National Biotech Group. It completed phase 1 and phase 2 and it is in phase 3. Expects to produce 120 million doses a year once mass production begins. CanSino Biological, Beijing Institute of Biotechnology. Completed phase 1 and phase 2. Side effects in over 18% volunteers. Specific approval given for use in Chinese military. Sinovac. Phase 1 and 2 results out. Phase 3 planned soon. Company setting up a facility to push out 100 million doses per year. So far we explained some of the corona vaccine which are under development now. Next we will look in detail of covaxin. India has reported nearly 7 lakh COVID-19 infections, including 19,693 deaths, while the world has seen more than 1.14 crore infections, including 5.34 lakh deaths. More than 1,000 people are expected to enroll in the first phase of the human clinical trials of the covaxin, India's first COVID-19 vaccine candidate. An application by developers Bharat Biotech said Friday. Phase 1 clinical trial are scheduled to start next week, with July 13 set as a final date for participant enrollment. Results from phase 1 will determine the start of the next phase of the testing. The ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, are expected 12 institutes to conduct these trials, including AIIMS in Delhi and Patna, and directed that this be fast-tracked. The government has insisted it will release a viable corona vaccine by August 15, a statement criticized by experts who say rushing drug trials could pose serious health risks. Here are the top 10 points in the big story. According to the application made by Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech, the time frame for phase 1 is 28 days, which means the trial must start by the July 18 to meet the government promise of releasing a vaccine by August 15. It is unclear, however, if a COVID-19 vaccine can be released after finishing just one of the 3 trial phases. Typically, the first 2 test for safety while the third test for efficacy. Each can take months or years to be completed. In its application, which has been assessed by NDTV, Bharat Biotech replied 1 year 3 months in response to a question on estimated duration of trial. Of the 12 hospitals and institutes selected by the ICMR for phase 1 and 2 trials, 7 have yet to be cleared by an ethics committee. These include the prestigious All Indian Institute of Medical Science in Delhi and Patna. According to Bloomberg, the timeline for launch of Bharat Biotech covaxin is markedly shorter than the other front-runner vaccine offered from America and China drug makers, most of which started human clinical trials months ago and are now entering the last of 3 stages of testing. Two of the world's leading vaccine candidates, British firm AstraZeneca and US-based Moderna, have been cleared for phase 2 and 3 trials. Across the world, over 1.14 crore COVID-19 cases has been reported, including 5.34 lakh deaths. India is now the third worst affected country, with nearly 7 lakh infectious, including 19,693 deaths. We can hope the vaccine will be developed soon as possible. Thank you for watching our video till the end. If you like the video, then press the thumbs up button, and if you want to watch more such kind of videos, then please subscribe and press the notification.